Welcome to Computers and More, and today I have with me the Gigabyte X99 UD5 WiFi motherboard for review and the Gigabyte t-shirt as well. The UD5 is Gigabyte's entry into the X99 chipset division that supports the LGA 2011 socket type for the Intel Haswell enthusiast processor range. The UD in the UD5 actually stands for ultra durable, which I can pretty much say is true just by looking at the box itself. Well, the UD5 has a lot of features that are common to the previous gaming series motherboards from Gigabyte itself, but comes with a plethora of new features of its own, to which we'll come to later on. One very special thing worth mentioning over here is that it comes with a built-in Wi-Fi and Bluetooth adapter, which can also be used as a Wi-Fi hotspot. Okay, so without further ado, let's take a look at the box itself. The box is like a briefcase-like thing, which is pretty much similar to the Gigabyte Gaming GT motherboard, which I had reviewed earlier. In the front, you have a transparent window, which lets you have a peek inside the box and see the motherboard itself, which is quite cool. At the back, you have some of the special features and everything mentioned, which is like quite customary to the Gigabyte packing now. So quickly, taking a plunge inside the box, we'll see what Gigabyte actually has to offer. This is a heavy box because the motherboard is a bit heavy. Okay. So here you have the motherboard. So we'll be taking a closer look very soon. But before that, let's have a look at the box. Okay, so we have SLI bridges, which are tri-SLI, quad SLI, dual SLI, and even a crossfire bridge support. So it supports all multi-GPU configuration. We have a driver CD and a utility software CD, user guide and installation manual for maybe people who still live in the Stone Age, I guess. And the IO shield, it is actually backlit, LED backlit, so it's quite cool. We'll be showing you everything about it in the review soon. This is actually additional power connector, which supplies additional power to your CPU during overclocking. So it is good that Gigabyte is providing it for safeguarding your processors. A bunch of SATA cables, we have 4 of them, which are braided also, so it's quite premium. And yes, this is the Wi-Fi antenna, which will be plugged right into the back of your rear I/O panel of the motherboard. So the Gigabyte is providing you with a Wi-Fi antenna as well. So there is quite hassle-free. You don't have to buy third-party things for this to function properly. And well, that's it. That covers my unboxing of the Gigabyte X99 UD5 motherboard. And now let's take a closer look to the features and specifications, and then maybe we'll draw some conclusions.
Taking a look at the motherboard itself, it looks really premium in black and gold finish. It is small and rigid. The improved heatsink design is very firm and strategically placed. It is LED backlit, which I personally love and matches well with the LED lit IO shield. Coming over to the buttons, it has onboard power, reset, clear CMOS and dual BIOS dip switches. Right next to it, we have the LED debug display along with the physical voltage read points. On moving further, we can see the SATA Express connector to provide up to 10 GB per second and 10 SATA 3 connectors for 6 GB per second of speed. Now, the worth mentioning feature over here is the safer design of the screw mounting holes, which makes it easier to fit the motherboard in place and eliminating any room for damaging the components while installation. Another important feature is the dual M.2 connectors for SSD drives and Wi-Fi card on board. The UD5 also supports the Thunderbolt technology with the add-in Thunderbolt card. There we have the Intel RLC 1150 controlled amp up providing 115 decibels of HD audio. It has LED illuminated isolation strip that is very customary in Gigabyte motherboards, but in UD5 it gels well with the whole LED illuminated theme, which we'll be explaining later on. Next to it are high-end audio capacitors to provide an awesome audio experience. Also, there is a front headphone amplifier that pumps out loads of up to 600 ohms. The two newly added features are server level copper Bushman chokes, for increased durability along with 30 micro gold-plated CPU socket and DIMM slots for high efficiency in signal transfer and decreased electric resistance. Looking at the I/O ports, along with the USB 2.0 and 3.0 connectors, we have an OC button and a fast boot button. Some really cool features by Gigabyte, I must say. Another new introduction is the Q-Flash Plus USB port for hassle-free BIOS flashing via portable drive. Coming over to the PCIe lanes, as we know, the UD5 supports quad SLI or crossfire GPU configuration. We have two PCIe X16 slots running at X16 and two PCIe Express X16 slots running at X8. The thing worth mentioning is that the UD5 will support quad SLI or crossfire configuration only in case of Intel Core i5 5960X or 5930K and not in case of 5820K, as the latter has only 32 PCIe lanes which won't let you reap the full potential of the configuration. Another revolutionary step by Gigabyte is the connection of the processor directly to the fourth PCIe slot, giving the UD5 a total bandwidth of 320 GB per second in contrast to the conventional 256 GB per second, giving it a 25% increase and an upper hand over its competitors. Well, that concludes my review of the Gigabyte X99 UD5 Wi-Fi motherboard. The specifications, looks and features such as the customizable LEDs and Thunderbolt technology not only make the board stand out of the crowd but also makes it a compelling deal at just around $300. Stay tuned for my next video where we'll be taking a look at the BIOS, overclocking and other useful features of the board and maybe draw some final conclusions. If you like my videos, then do like, share and subscribe. Till the next time, bye bye and take care.